what a lucky do for you.
Welcome, friends of the Gremmels, to Shinies and Lucky Doos. My name is Vaski, and in this video, we'll be bringing you the first installment in an all-new series. In this series, we'll be diving into a number of legends from different cultures all across the game, and today, we'll be starting with first of the 4 troll legends, entitled Moon Over the Vale. Back in Classic WoW, this legend could be found written on a tablet in the Balal ruins in Stranglethorn Vale. Now, the Alliance players would have to first take a quest called Curzon's Mystery from Brother Nimitz in the Rebels' camp. He tasked these players with collecting 4 ancient troll tablets for his study, so that he may solve the mystery of Colonel Curzon's sudden fall to depravity. Now, he also suspects the trolls may be behind the evil that possessed Colonel Curzon and hopes to uncover their secrets. Horde players, on the other hand, are never sent to this particular tablet. Of the 4, the Horde are actually only sent after the second tablet, which we'll discuss in our next video. Now, each tablet tells a different troll legend, the first of which is entitled Moon Over the Vale. We'll be reading the story for those who are unfamiliar, and we'll then follow up with a lore analysis. The legend states, "A moon over the vale shines, casting its glow upon the jungle, where proud warriors heed the call to defend our nation and sacred grounds. A moon over the vale shines, far above the cries of battle, where blood is spilled of foe and comrade alike. And when our brethren pass into the realms beyond the known, the soul spirit hardens deep beneath the veil. And when our brethren pass into the mountain's temple, we shall protect their eternal spirit, encased within the holy blue crystal. And when our brethren pass, a moon over the vale shines." So this tablet is located just north of the Horde-controlled Gromgal base camp in the Balal ruins. The small ruins surrounding the larger complex of Zul'Kunda once made up the largest city in Stranglethorn. To this day, the Bloodscalp tribe remain to guard the area from the Ventre-Cold goblins who seek to mine the trolls' holy crystals from the mountainside. And so, just as the legend goes, blood is spilled of foe and comrade alike as the Bloodscalp heed the call to defend their nation and sacred grounds. So, it would seem that this has been their calling for ages, even since before the destruction of their city. But what could be so special about these sacred crystals that they'll risk their lives defending them? Well, the legend goes on to explain what happens when these trolls die. It first explains that when their brethren pass into realms beyond the known, the soul spirit hardens deep beneath the veil. It seems likely that the stanza is referring to their souls traveling on to the Shadowlands. And what's even more interesting is the part about the soul spirit hardening deep beneath the veil. Perhaps this is talking about the world soul of Azeroth. It could be an indication that as souls pass into the Shadowlands, the core of the planet hardens. Perhaps this is due to the formation of soul crystals at the planet's core. Or maybe it's just a metaphor for the world soul aging and maturing. We were not told back in Classic that planets had Titan world souls, but perhaps this was an early indication. The legend then goes on to indicate the next stanza, however, that if the fallen troll pass instead into the mountain temple, their spirit will be encased eternally within a holy blue crystal. The mountain's temple most likely refers to Zul'Kunda, as this was the biggest complex in the area and most of the troll tablets are located here. It's built right up against the mountain range which contains the blue crystals embedded into the hillside. The blue crystals are seemingly drawing in the nearby souls of the dead and not permitting them to travel across the realms. The poem ends with the notion that the souls of their brethren are passing specifically during the shining of the moon. Now, this is super interesting considering how the Night Warrior functions. According to Night Elven legend, the moon has the ability to raise the souls of the dead to the stars. We witness this specifically in Legion, where Ysera's soul does not leave her body until the moon shoots into the sky. I wonder if souls only move onto the Shadowlands at night, or when the moon is present and remain in the body during the day. It was definitely curious back in the day to see the moon's relationship to the souls in the Gurubashi culture. But it might not seem so strange to us now. Not only do we know now for sure that Nidals descend from trolls, but we also meet the Eluni trolls of Zandalar who venerate Elune as a Loa. Beyond the legend itself, we can also look to various quests throughout the zone to inform our analysis. The Holy Blue Crystals in particular appear in multiple quests, one of which is entitled Saving Janaku. In this quest, a Darkspear witch doctor named King Wheelie charges Horde players with saving Vol'jin's youngest son, Janaku, who has become the mind slave of witch doctor Zanzo. The player must collect pulsing crystal shards from the Stranglethorn Vale basilisks who've ingested them. Kin Wheelie then pairs these crystals with the fabled crystal artifact known as the Mind's Eye, which creates a soul prison. The player then uses it on the forehead of Janaku and proceeds to suck his soul into the gem. The player hands the Mind's Eye crystal back to Kin Wheelie to finish the quest, and we never hear anything more of Vol'jin's son afterwards. It is also interesting to note, though, that the crystals were specifically collected from basilisks. In fact, wherever we find any types of crystals throughout the entire game, we always find basilisks often eating them and becoming infused with them. In all likelihood, they are drawn to these crystals because they are made from some kind of energy, be it mana, light, or even souls. Makes you wonder if the basilisk's ancestors could have been some relation to the Black Empire. Now, to further the idea of these crystals being energy infused, the Holy Blue Crystals of Stranglethorn Vale also sing and pulse, similar to a Naru. Okay, now, before we lose you at the word Naru, hear me out. Close by in the Blasted Lands and Swamp of Sorrows, imperfect Draenithus shards as well as rare, flawless Draenithus spheres can be found. If the name didn't give it away, these blue crystals are coveted by the Lost Ones who fear that without the crystals, they may lose their way. It would appear that the Lost Ones arrived on Azeroth through one of the portals which ripped Draenor apart, turning it into Outlands. In fact, in the Blasted Lands, the player helps a group of Lost Ones create a small portal to Outland using these same Draenithus crystals. Draenithus, of course, is used in a lot of the green gear we found back in Burning Crusade. To think that these blue crystals may have come all the way from Outland and ended up scattered across Stranglethorn Vale, the Blasted Lands, and the Swamp of Sorrows is insane. Not to mention the connection between Stranglethorn's holy blue crystals and the Naru. Strangely enough, the Centaur and Desolus are interested in the Draenithus shards as well. Uthak the Wise of the Gelkis clan receives cryptic whispers from the Earth, urging her to seek out a particular red Draenithus shard from Chieftain Onaku of the Swamp of Sorrows Lost Ones. But why would the Earth be whispering about Draenithus? Considering the Centaur's role in the Cataclysm expansion, it's entirely possible that these whispers could have something to do with N'Zoth. Though the scope of their powers largely remains a mystery, one thing's for certain, many groups are after these crystals. One in particular, though, would like to get their hands on them by any means necessary, and that's the Venture Co. Goblins. As mentioned earlier, the Venture Co. have been fighting with the Bloodscalp over these crystals for years. They seek to turn the Singing Blue crystals into tumbled crystals, which are used in their inventions as a power source or a catalyst. The Venture Co. can be seen all over the game collecting rare crystals and minerals for profit. In Battle for Azeroth, for example, you may recall their deal with Lady Ashvane, who in turn is working with Queen Azshara. In fact, the Venture Co. are often after a lot of the same resources as the Naga. Indeed, we see the Naga in Stranglethorn Vale as well, at the Nakmani wellspring to the south. This spring is a holy and sacred well containing the purest water in all of the Vale. It's unsurprising that the Naga are after that. The Murlocs can be also seen just off the coast of Zul'Kunda in one of the sunken troll ruins. Now, there the Murlocs are collecting rare blue pearls. It makes you wonder if the Murlocs, the Venture Co., and the Naga of the area are all there for the same purpose, in service of Azshara and ultimately N'Zoth. And if that's indeed the case, these crystals must in fact be quite valuable, and would explain why so many different parties are after them. After all, N'Zoth and Azshara are known to start conflicts over resources. So what do you think of the first troll legend, Moon Over the Vale? Did you come to the same conclusion as us? We'd love to read your take on it down in the comments, and we also have a Twitch, Twitter, and Discord channel where we chat daily. Links will be found in the description box for anyone who'd like to join in with us. Thanks again so much for watching, Shinies and Lucky Doos. You guys have all been such a huge support to us, and we can't thank you enough. So, once again, farewell, friends of the Gremmels. May your feet find good trails.